Interest rates are about to get cut. And when that happens, it will set an absolute explosion off through the financial markets. Now, not only stocks, but specifically, I'm going to be talking about crypto. Cryptocurrencies will absolutely blow up when the rates actually get lowered. Not only is it because the rates, but it's what's happening around the world, what's happening throughout the government, what's happening throughout institutional adoption, global adoption. We have BlackRock. We literally have the New York Stock Exchange parent company working with different cryptocurrencies. All these different countries getting ETFs approved. All these different bills and laws getting passed. This market is ready to explode, and the tipping point will be interest rates going down. So stick around, because in this video, I'm going to be going over why it's going to do it, what it's going to do, and how you can position yourself to actually get into the markets if you have conviction that the markets, and crypto specifically, will blow off top soon. I'm Curtis, and if you're new to this channel, I talk about all things personal finance, all things investing, crypto, stocks, debit cards, credit cards, creating a budget, how you can track your income and expenses, and how you can actually set your financial self up for success. So if you want more content like that, hit that subscribe and stick around, because today's video is absolutely insane and can help set your finances up for success. So just for some quick context, inflation was out of control. We all know that. We've all went to the grocery store. We had to get groceries. Everything cost more. Gas was more expensive. Our groceries are more expensive. Everyday life decisions got more expensive. And that made rates have to get raised. So the Fed had to raise rates to help slow down inflation. So when they raise rates, people don't spend as much. Everything kind of comes more to a stop, and inflation can get under control. Well, now that inflation is easing and it's actually starting to come back down, the Fed can actually start allowing for rates to come down. So they can vote for rates to come down, which means more money is able to get borrowed for a lot cheaper, and then more money flows into assets. And specifically what I'm talking about is the financial markets and crypto. So what does that mean? That means that companies can now borrow more money. And that is usually a really good sign for stocks and crypto. And the reason it's crypto is because all these companies are now getting into crypto. I mean, you have Google and Nvidia and all these different companies talking and going on and having board meetings about voting on whether to buy Bitcoin. You even have colleges now with endowment funds like Harvard and random colleges in Georgia just all of a sudden investing millions of dollars into Bitcoin because they know it's a deflationary asset, meaning that it is actually gaining a ton of value while the dollar is actually losing value. And so when rates get cut, these companies can now borrow more and the stocks will pump. And not only is that bullish for stocks, but that's also bullish for crypto. Right here it says crypto is a risk-on asset. And what that means is that it's a lot more riskier, basically. So it's a risk-on asset. Last time that we had rate cuts in 2020, Bitcoin went on to do a 10x. Now, I don't think Bitcoin is going to do a 10x from here right now in this cycle because of rate cuts, but I think there's other opportunities. I do think Bitcoin will start rising again, and this is just my own opinion. I think Bitcoin will go to 140, 150. I could see even higher because there's only so much Bitcoin that's out there. You can't just make more Bitcoin. Yeah, people are mining it, but it's still only 21 million coins. And so the price of basic supply and demand, as more is getting bought, the demand is still way there. All of a sudden, governments are buying it, institutions are buying it, even endowments are buying it. So the demand's going way up while the supply is staying still. That makes prices go up. Now you have cheaper borrowing, so now more companies or more schools or more governments or more institutions can go out and buy more. And then you have more news about it because not only are there bills getting passed and there's institutions and ETFs and governments and all these different bullish things happening around crypto that's making everyone else aware in the news. But now retail investors are like, hey, I want to go get that. I want to go put that in my 401k because that's another thing that is passing right now as we speak. we're going to be able to buy crypto with our 401ks. So rates are getting lower. All of a sudden, there's this mass adoption happening around the world. And then the average Joe can now go and buy it specifically with the 401k investment that's supposed to be long term. How is that not bullish? You have all that happening and then rate cuts happen. And so this is a really good opportunity. It's just something that we need to watch because the opportunity is there for us. We just have to position ourselves and get in now before everything absolutely explodes. And then you have FOMO or fear of missing out because then you'll jump in and then things can go down. And it's just really hard, really hard to get positions. And I think there's still some good positions to be bought right now. Some coins, some cryptos have already went up. They're really high already. They've already done a 100%, 200, 300, 400% return, and that's awesome. But if you weren't in it before, it's really hard to justify getting in now when everything is super hot. There's still opportunity. You just have to make sure you're doing your research, doing your due diligence, and then have the conviction. Do your own research. Don't take my opinion. Do your own research and then buy what you think can go up. So Bitcoin did a 10x, like I said. This cycle is different because there's actual institutional investing. The governments are getting involved. You have investment companies getting involved. More money is flowing into cryptocurrency than ever. There's more partnerships than ever. MasterCard, Swift, they're partnering with cryptocurrencies. I don't see how you can see that and think it's not bullish and you think it's bearish and it's going to zero. That's my opinion. That is my opinion. But I still just can't see how someone hears that, sees it on the news, sees these companies investing millions and millions and millions into cryptocurrencies, and you still think it's going to zero, or you think it's not a real asset. No, it is a world changer. We have bills passing. Donald Trump, we want to be the world leader. The United States wants to be the world leader of crypto. We have 401ks. We have all this stuff. This is exactly what it says. Crypto could outperform. Why could crypto outperform this cycle? Institutions have ETFs approved and coming. Easier access for everybody. Global adoption is rising. Governments are getting involved. Payments, 401ks, and ETFs are all going to have crypto. And crypto thrives in what? Liquidity-driven environments just like this. When there's so much liquidity, so much money flowing in, this is when crypto thrives. This is when you see coins. This is when you see the cryptocurrencies that are just sitting there. And they've been there. They've been blue chips. People call them dinosaurs because they're not all the way up like Bitcoin. They're not crazy up like Bitcoin. Guess what? They're still up 200-300 times what they started at. But now it's their time to rise. Now it's their time to show what they can actually do with the adoption, what they were actually built for. They're not the gold of cryptocurrency. That's Bitcoin. But they are technology that is going to help have these institutions and governments and real world assets and all these different things go to the blockchain. They're going to actually use what they were built for and show off the technology that they've been building for a decade and a half. And this is the time that we can do it. So what do you need to do? What do you need to do if you want to take the chance, take the risk, invest in what you have conviction of, invest in what you think of, and do your own research. Have your own opinion. Well, I'm about to tell you exactly what I am doing, and that is my opinion and my research. So I'm still investing in my 401k. I'm getting my match that my company is giving me, and that's what I'm matching up to. So whatever I have as a company match, I'm taking that, fully taking advantage of the 401k. I'm not changing that at all. I'm also investing my Roth IRA. So if I'm investing my Roth IRA, I'm investing my 401k, I know that those two investments alone will help me reach millionaire status by the time I retire. I know that for a fact. I also have another investment account that is strictly in my stocks. I am not going to touch that. I'm not going to touch my stocks that I am investing in. But I do have a crypto portfolio that I take a small percentage of money every single month, a super small amount, and I put that into cryptocurrency. Now, the good thing is I've been building this up for a long time, so it has a decent amount in it. But I am buying crypto still. I'm still buying different cryptocurrencies. I'll tell you the cryptocurrencies right now. I like Bitcoin. Bitcoin, awesome. Ethereum, I've kind of moved out of Ethereum, even though I think Ethereum is going to do probably a 2x from where it's at right now, maybe even higher. But I don't think 7 or 8K is out of the picture. You start moving down the list. XRP, I like XRP because I like the technology behind it. I like having cross-border payments on everything happen in 2 seconds. I like that. Instead of having to wait days and weeks sometimes for banks to transfer money to someone else, this can happen in 2 seconds. Amazing. I love the technology behind it. So I'm in XRP. I've also been in XRP since it was like 40, 30 cents. So there's not a lot of risk involved for me there. I'm still buying it though because I like it. I like Chainlink a lot. Chainlink is probably my number one coin because I like the technology behind it. I like the partnerships it has behind it. If you don't know what Chainlink is, go do the research and just see. If you just Google what partnerships does Chainlink have, you will be absolutely blown away from what Chainlink is going to do. A lot of people think that Chainlink might be the best coin ever in this cycle. The best coin in this whole cycle because of the technology behind it and what it's actually going to be able to do. There's some other ones I like. I like Sui. I like Solana. I like Aerodrome. Aerodrome is awesome. I think that's going to be like the Uniswap last cycle. If you don't know what Uniswap is, go do the research. I'm just saying, do the research. Even if that means just going to ChatGPT and asking, what is this and why is it a good investment? If that's your conviction, do it. But I'm just saying, cryptocurrency has a amazing opportunity because we are so early. The entire crypto market cap is smaller than Nvidia. It's smaller than Nvidia. And that's out of the whole world is investing in this. The whole world is investing in Bitcoin. And that's how early we are in this. Some people are saying Bitcoin's going to pass gold in the market cap like crazy. It's going to be so high. Some people are saying over the next 20 years, Bitcoin's going to be $10+ million a coin. That's the type of things that I hear, that I see, that I read, I do research about, and that's why I have conviction. Now, I'm not throwing all my money into crypto. That would be a dumb decision, in my opinion, just because I like stocks too. But some people do that. Some people don't. Some people hate crypto. Just do your own research and see if you would be interested in actually investing in crypto. So yes, that is me. That is why I'm so bullish on crypto. I don't think that interest rate cuts mean that markets are absolutely going to go insane no matter what, because there's always volatility and anything can happen to actually pull the markets back. Someone can say something bad. There can be war. There's all kinds of things that can make the volatility in the marketplace horrible and go against every rule that we think would happen. But yeah, that's my opinion on why I think crypto is going to absolutely explode and why I have the conviction to invest in it currently. I've been investing in it. I've been in crypto for 6+ years. Once you get into crypto, you understand 4 or 5% is really nothing. There's days you look up, your portfolio's up thousands, and you look down, and the next day it's down thousands. But that's just kind of what crypto is. That's kind of what it is. And I think with the mass adoption that we're seeing around the world, I think it'll get less and less dramatic of drops like that. I don't think we'll see the type of levels that we've ever seen on the bear market last cycle, but I do think that with the amount of money that's about to flow into cryptocurrencies and the market cap in general for a lot of coins, this is a golden opportunity. It could be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity because we might not ever see a cycle like this again. If you're interested in crypto, let me know down below that you're interested. If you've never invested before, just say, hey, I'm interested in crypto. If you have and you are into crypto, let me know your top coins. What is your conviction this cycle? What are you investing in? Tell me your portfolio or tell me what you think price predictions will go to. And like I said, just have fun and do research. Do your own research. This is all my opinion, but do your own research. It's more fun that way because then you know what's truly happening. You're not just getting in a coin and saying, I'm in that, and then you get out or you lose a bunch of money. No, it's more fun when you know what is happening behind it. You could be part of a community, part of an army. You know, there's XRP army and there's Chainlink army and all these different cryptocurrencies that have massive groups all involved in them. If you've never been in cryptocurrency, I'm going to put a link down below. I'm going to put 2 links down below. They are deposit bonuses for me if you do deposit money. So I'm just going to be honest with you. That's maybe a little bit of kickback, but it's also the 2 exchanges that I use. I use crypto.com. That's my second choice. And I use Coinbase. Those are my 2 that I use. It's something that we can use here in the United States. It's very easy. You literally just link a debit card and you can buy crypto. That's all you have to do. It's super easy, super simple. But if you've never been in crypto, you're going to get a bonus. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like $30 in Bitcoin when you make your first purchase. Just Google it if you want, but if you don't use the link, you're not going to get a bonus. So just use the link down below, crypto.com or Coinbase, and get into crypto. If you feel like you want to get into crypto, if you've never been into it and you want to, try it out. If you don't, hey, no hard feelings. Get into stocks, keep investing, keep budgeting, and just keep living within your means, and you can be financially free. Remember, guys, until next time, you can do all things through him that give you strength. Peace.